You've been waiting for that, haven't you?
Brian, are you being difficult? Because I've started recording. Welcome to the Night Show. You're with Tom, Brian and Steve, and this is NRL from the Sidelines. And we're actually going to do tonight a COVID special. And the reason we're doing a COVID special is because there's a bit of a COVID issue right now. So we're going to have to work around this, and we're going to try this format, and hopefully it works, because if it does, if there's another issue where we have to do this, we can do it. Or if not, we're just going to skip the show, and we don't want to do that. We're working hard to present to you the best show possible. Okay. Gentlemen, I have something here I need to show you. Remember my statement last week? You remember?
Yes.
I have hang on. How do I do this? I have a Swans jersey, Swans cap.
We can't see it. It disappears into the south thing.
There we go. Hang on.
Yes, it disappears.
It disappears.
Because it doesn't belong on an NRL show.
So Peter Valantis must have got into us for it.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to have to start, because especially after South's performance on the weekend, I think, yes, very disappointing.
Oh, come on, Steve. It wasn't that bad.
So, Brian, before we came online, we're actually talking about the Roosters and the sacrifice that Luke Keary has had to make to stay with the Roosters. I mean,
I know. Terrible sacrifice, Steve.
It's a hard life that he could get another $200,000, and that's a sacrifice.
Yeah. You know, Steve. I wish that I could sacrifice by earning an extra $200,000.
Yeah, me too.
It'd be a tough life,
I'd actually like to earn $200,000.
No, neither do I.
I'm not even going to grace that comment with a remark.
And no, and you probably shouldn't either. So,
yeah.
But there are some changes in the game, and Peter Valantis is working hard to get the Sonny Bill to the Roosters, which is interesting. So that's another win for the Roosters. That's good luck to them.
So we're not going to talk about Joseph Suaalii.
We can talk about Joseph Suaalii. What would you like to talk about with Joseph? Well,
just
Suaalii?
if you're going to throw Sonny Bill Williams at me, then I'll see your Sonny Bill Williams. I'll raise you a Joseph Suaalii, who's going to get an exemption so he can play at 17.
No. Let's understand one thing. He hasn't been granted an exemption yet. South have just made the application. And Peter Valantis hasn't come out and said, I will do everything I can to make Joseph Suaalii a Rabbitoh.
No. Peter Valantis came out and said that he's a common sense man, and if it's in the interest of the game, he'll do it. And personally, I don't mind on a one-off basis, but don't throw sort of one thing at me and
I do think it's interesting that the NRL have said, yes, you can sign Sonny Bill for $400,000, and guess what the Roosters' gap for the salary cap is?
And you know that, do you? You know that.
They've said it. I don't have to say it. They have said it.
They've said it, yeah.
See, and Brian backs me up. I must be right.
Phil Rothfield said it.
And right. Can I just say that with the Joseph Suaalii, I don't think you should have to wait till you're 18. If you're good enough, you should play. There shouldn't be the Adam Whitson clause. I don't know. A 17-year-old up against some hard-nosed. Oh, come on.
Well, the decision was made for safety's sake anyway, wasn't it?
Oh, there's been some, but still, there's been some awful good 16, 17-year-olds that have played first grade. Yes, awful good.
But do you want to kill them in their first year?
Was Brad Fittler killed in his first year?
No, but he was only he was just short of 18, wasn't he?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like I said, I think if you're good enough, then you should be playing.
He was 17. I think.
All right. Okay, gentlemen, let's get into the round of football that was played. At round 11 it was. Started out last Thursday night, Parramatta Eels defeating the West Tigers 26-16.
Well, that game was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yes. And I can't look at stats because I'm looking at this screen.
Oh, can't you?
It makes it difficult. No. Oh, actually, I can grab a phone. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's called
my technologies.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I thought that was a terrific game,
you
by the way.
keep freezing up all the time, so
No, it's not us, Tom.
Yeah.
It's not us, Tom.
It's not us. We're both moving while we're watching you freeze. I actually
Like now.
thought the weekend another prop.
Well, I'm just saying that you're freezing up. Whether it's my fault or not, you're freezing up.
So stop talking over me.
Mm.
And you won't. So this is hard. This is going to be difficult. So Regan Campbell Gillard scores a 50-meter try.
Yep.
As another forward, and again they just seemed to sit and watch. I mean, a few guys tried to tackle him, but he had some speed for a forward.
Oh, that was a bit different to the one before.
Oh,
I mean, he actually managed to get a good ball and go through. Yeah. No, look, I thought Parramatta were really impressive. I was disappointed with the Tigers, though. As much as the Eels were impressive, the Tigers were lackluster.
Yeah.
I thought. But yeah, no, great performance by Parramatta. Can't argue with that.
I want to ask you about Nathan Brown. Stays down for a crusher tackle, and within a split second of the whistle going, he's up.
Yep.
And saying, "Here, quick, take the ball, play the ball."
Yep.
I know that Parramatta have been bagged in social media this week for coaching players to stay down, and I'm not suggesting Brad Arthur does that at all. But that was just such a bad look for the game.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was the game's hard enough as it is, and so you could compare it with the Morris one the week before, where he swan dived 5 meters backwards and appealed for a penalty.
Yeah,
and I get he was trying to get a penalty and he was obstructed, but to overact like that in a position where players have been injured, and that's what they're trying to stop, I thought that was pretty average.
Yeah.
I mean, Nathan Brown's a tough, solid player, and crusher tackles are dangerous, and I just couldn't believe what I was watching.
But every player seems to now, if they get even the hint of a crusher tackle, they're down, they're injured. Honestly, I think we're at the point where we have to say, if you're down for a crusher tackle, you come off and get checked. This jumping up and down, it's just ridiculous. It really annoys me. I think it's just a bad look for the game.
Yeah, that's right. Our soccer-loving Bradley will be out there, and he will be saying, "No, it doesn't happen in soccer either."
Oh, yes, it does.
Anyway, enough about Parramatta.
All right, well, let's go. That's only because you want to go to the next game, do you? Let's go on to Friday night's game between the Sea Eagles and the Cowboys, where the Sea Eagles won 24-12.
Yes, they did. Great game, that one.
Yes. Is that what you're going to say about it?
Oh, I don't think it reached any great heights. I thought both teams were really gritty, and they both looked like they were under a lot of pressure. And yeah, I was happy. I was happy to win. You'll take a win any day of the week, let me tell you.
True.
But that game didn't reach any great heights.
When you've got lots of injuries, you can always accept a win at any cost.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, look, I mean, Adam Fanoa-Blake was back, and geez, he makes a big difference to that Manly team. Cherry Evans had an exceptional game.
The Cowboys, though, have showed a bit of spirit the last couple of weeks.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They're undermanned and fighting hard. They took Penrith a long way, and realistically, Manly didn't get over them until, the last couple of minutes. The last 20 minutes. So yeah. You'll take a win every day of the week, and I was very happy with that win.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to say...
Cade Cust was good.
Yeah, Cade Cust was good. I actually just want to have a shout-out to any Manly fans that are watching. Stop bagging George Tafua. Oh, my goodness.
Why? What are they saying?
Oh, I don't know what it's like over, in your little rabbit burrow or your chook pen, But I tell you, those Manly fans, some of them would eat their own. So the try where Kyle Felt jumped over the top of him to score the try. So the Cowboys' opening try. Jake Clifford is an exceptional kicker in general play. Puts up a bomb. Kyle Felt has scored. How many tries? He scored. I know he scored 10 tries this year, out leaping opposition wingers, and probably 100 in his career. And as soon as that
he's
happened,
2 foot taller than Georgie too.
Absolutely. And as soon as that happened, bang, the fans were into him. George Tafua can't jump, can't take the ball, out of position again. And I'm thinking, it was Kyle Felt. It's not like it was me out jumping him. No, very disappointing.
Yeah.
Bag them when they go somewhere else. Don't bag them when they're wearing the maroon and white, guys.
I must admit, there was an opportunity. There was something said on the South Facebook page as well, and one guy just the swear words that were coming out, and honestly, it's just it's not necessary to bag out players like that. I mean, it's really and Georgie most times is pretty good.
Well, that's right. I mean, he had a little spate towards the end of last year where he spilled a few, and I think that stuck in people's minds. But no one seems to mention that Manly play a compressed defensive line, and so they're going to get run around occasionally. No one mentions that he's the first player to take a hit up after a kick every set. No one mentions that he won us 3 penalties in that game for a quick play the ball and Cowboys players being offside. I find it ridiculous. Anyway.
So I just want to bring up the very, very aggressive Daly Cherry Evans.
Yeah.
I mean, you two both bag out South players for their aggression, selected players. And yet here is Daly Cherry Evans. I mean, I'm not sure what the guy did because I didn't see him do anything, but he was very aggressive when he jumped up.
Yeah, I think as you're being tackled, a throat to the elbow will probably do that.
Anyway. I'm not sure that actually happened, Brian. I think you're making that up.
Please.
He was very aggressive.
Come on, get on with it.
Okay, so it was remiss of me, and thank you for the reminder, Brian, to remind people about our competition. We've had multiple entries into the competition this week to win our exclusive NRL from the Sidelines hats. And we're running it again for the second week. A different code word this time. So different code words through the show. I'm going to talk, I'm going to say what the code word is. Okay, so everyone who goes into the draw, who puts this code word on Facebook, will go into the draw again as another opportunity to win a cap. And then this gives you multiple entries, if I've made that make sense at all. So that's good. So that's good. So please, when I give out the word, please go and post that to Facebook, and that will be your entry into this competition. Okay, the next game on the Friday night was the Storm 46 beating the poor Broncos 8.
Oh, how good is that?
We did talk about how we thought this could be a cricket score, and it was very close to it.
Melbourne tried to keep Brisbane in it with errors up till half time.
Yes, I know. But then unleashed.
Oh, didn't they? What?
Tom, what did you think of the reshuffle of the Brisbane team? Did you think it worked? Milford to fullback? Tom, have I lost you?
Oh, he's blinking.
You keep breaking up.
Okay. I'm just...
frankly, I don't want to talk about this game.
Oh, why?
I turned it off halfway through.
I know you're upset about a few of the calls that went Melbourne's way. But anyway, it's going to be a hard show tonight. And
Jerome Hughes is starting to tell the ref how to ref as well.
Well, he's got a good teacher.
That's right. Well, what happens when Smith retires? Somebody's got to be the ref.
Oh dear.
I rest my case.
Yeah, I know. Look, I thought it was a good game. Melbourne Storm, I'm not convinced they even got out of second gear, to be honest with you.
No, I I think they did in the second half. The second half was really good. Like their second half, they were dominant. Brisbane couldn't make any meters. They couldn't get off their line. They couldn't get anything started. And Melbourne looked like they were going to score every time they had the ball.
So, Brian, what did you think of Milford at fullback? Okay.
I don't think it's the answer.
Says it all.
I don't think it's the answer.
But others are calling for Boyd to go back to fullback.
That's not the answer either.
No.
I think, you know what, he wasn't terrible at fullback, but, you know, their spine is a big issue, and the answer is not just moving your 5'8" back to fullback.
Yeah.
So, I
think Asako was grieving his father's death. I think so. He would be the logical one to go back there.
Yeah, I think so too. I like him at fullback.
No, it was just horrible.
But Tom doesn't want to speak about this game anymore. So let's move on to the Saturday game where the Warriors played the Roosters and the Roosters won 18-10. And I tell you what, Tom, gave the Roosters a mighty scare. Okay.
I think what you said was the Warriors gave the Roosters a mighty scare.
Yes.
And you're right, that they were good. I mean, I think the Roosters had no field position for the bulk of that game, and I think they scored 2 tries when they got a repeat set and a penalty. Other than that, the Cowboys didn't give them any field position. So, the Warriors. I thought they were exceptional in defence, the Warriors. But, you know, in the end, probably the class of the Roosters finally shone through.
Yeah.
Luke Keary had a fantastic game. But, you know, it's one of those games where you put the 2 points in the bank and you move on because it wasn't a great performance.
No.
Hey, Tom, is there anything coming out of the Roosters sites about Boyd Cordner?
Why? What are you hearing?
So I'm losing you.
I just want to know what's happening with Boyd Cordner.
Yeah, look, Trent Robinson got asked in the press conference last week and why they kept him out. He had a training run accident. He had a concussion, and they said, "Oh, that sounds like a concern." And he said, "Yes, it is a concern." But I think it goes back to the same with Luke Keary. He was out for about 4 or 5 weeks a couple of years ago, and got through it. And maybe they're going to have to do the same with Boyd.
Yeah. Well, they probably wouldn't want to do it this week, but yeah,
the difference is though is that this year has been very stop-start, and Boyd Cordner's had a long break from the end of last year till now, and now he's getting concussion problems. Yeah,
but it only takes 2 bad hits It doesn't matter how rested you are. You get 2 bad head knocks.
Yeah,
but you could have had a year off. It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, but with concussions, it seems to build. Like there doesn't seem to be, you have a head knock and then you have a couple of weeks and you're back to where you were. It kind of like just escalates.
Yeah.
So I just don't want to see the game become players be taken out of the game through those kind of injuries.
Yeah.
So yeah, just curious to know if there was any talk at the Roosters. That's all.
No, I think they're just going to monitor him and he'll just go through similar protocols to Luke Keary, I think, and he'll probably have a long rest.
All right.
It's just been a bit vulnerable lately.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next game where the Raiders beat the Rabbitohs 18-12. And I thought this was a very good game. I must admit, South still haven't hit the mark of where they need to be, but I thought it was a good game. And you know what? The Raiders got an awful lot of injuries.
The Raiders?
Yeah. The Raiders.
Yep.
What game are we talking about?
Raiders and South.
Oh, I must have.
Yeah, the Sharks and Dragons were came before that.
Yeah, the Sharks and Dragons was the game before that. That's okay.
Right, so one. Yeah, that's all right. Let's talk Raiders and South for a moment.
All right. Tomorrow?
No, for now.
All right.
So, yeah, I mean, their injuries are getting bad.
Mounting.
Yep.
And that's
sure.
the Raiders' injuries, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. But they're showing a lot of resilience. Just that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
they could be getting Bateman back and Harold Wiranira soon.
Yeah, he's an interesting pickup for them.
He's you know what? If Bateman goes, well, Bateman is going.
He's going.
He's a pretty handy replacement for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he's all over the park, full of energy. I guess a similar type player. Lots of energy, lifts the team, can do pretty amazing things on the field. So, no, I think he's a very good pickup.
Yeah.
Yep.
So where do the Bunnies go from here, do you think? They're done for the year?
Yeah, they should go on a holiday.
That would be happening.
I don't know. I mean, you tell us, Steve. I mean, realistically, you've got Latrell to come back and that's it.
Well, no, we've got Braden Burns to come back. I mean, when you look at the back line we had against the Raiders, it wasn't, it was severely depleted back line. I thought our forwards did well, but again, there just wasn't the aggression. You look at George Papali's face compared to Tom Burgess's face when they're running. Tom just looks slow. Papali just motors into the line. And Tom made a great break, and often he'll do that, but often is once every 3 or 4 weeks. It's not, it's not a regular thing. So if you watch Papali when he plays, he's got that aggression, and we just don't. I think we're lacking that. I truly do. And I said last week, I don't think Jai Arrow is the answer to it next year.
Well, we knew at the beginning of the season that you were going to suffer with your forward pack.
Yeah, that's right. And that's exactly what's happening. We just don't have the go forward.
And Cook's suffering for that too.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's move on then we'll go backwards a little bit to Sharks 28, St. George 24. And I tell you what, I think the Sharks are lucky to have won this one.
There goes my perfect round.
Oh, I was nowhere near it.
Me too.
And let me just say,
but is Andrew Voss gone?
No, go. As Andrew Voss is going to say.
Andrew Voss said, he said that that mistake, which was a clinger, happened in the 10th minute or in the first 10 minutes. He said the Dragons had ultimate chances, sort of plenty of chances to actually win that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the argument to that is, Tom, that even if it happened in the last 2 minutes of the game, didn't they still have multiple opportunities to win the game? I mean, I'm just not sure you can say,
Yeah. Look, I think it's an injustice. It's an injustice, there's no doubt. But, it did happen early in the game.
I just can't believe how quick the bunker ruled on it. They looked at they only showed it on TV once, and then they made a ruling. Now, I don't know if they looked at it more in the box, but once you look close enough at it, it looked pretty clear.
Yeah. Well, that's right. I don't, and I know I keep getting told I bag the referees, but I don't bag the referees. I'm really frustrated with the bunker, and that was another inept decision that they had that they've made. And thankfully, Peter V'landys has come out this week and came out. Well, no, it was amnesty actually after this match, and those bunker officials are no longer officiating.
Gonski.
Which is about time. I mean, to be perfectly honest, anyone with 2 eyes painted on can do it.
Yeah, no.
We're watching it, and it's some of the decisions are disgraceful, and it's as Steve said, that they showed, they probably had a look at that one and got it wrong.
Yeah.
But the Manly Cowboys one where Jack Kaczynski went over and the ball never touched the ground, They looked at it for 10 minutes. Going, you saw that on the first replay. You went, well, that's no try. Even the players went, oops, we've stuffed that one up. That wasn't a try.
Yep.
10 minutes later, we're still waiting for a decision.
Yeah.
Oh, frustrating. Anyway, sorry, my apologies. And condolences to the Dragons. I thought they were good, and I thought they deserved to win that.
Yeah.
And I thought, and it doesn't matter. Like, the difference between you've got your top 4 or 5 sides and your bottom sides, and all of those teams in the middle, a single try and a change of momentum switch will do it. It'll cruel your game, no matter who you are.
Yeah, look, I thought St George were very good. In fact, they are really starting.
Sure.
They're not going to be premiership contender this year, but they've started to find some mojo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to the Knights and the Bulldogs, and this is probably the upset of the season. Bulldogs winning 18-12. I think if I remember rightly, they led 18-0 at one stage.
Yep.
I mean, it was a very wet game.
Can I? Yes. I'll be honest with you guys. I was out and just saw the highlights of this, but I was like this the whole time. Yeah.
Did you see the press conference?
No.
Aidan O'Brien said that Adam O'Brien said that the last 2 weeks he believes his team has looked at the ladder and looked where his opposition are and thought that they would actually be entitled to win. Big call.
No, hang on. They played Manly.
No, they played.
No, they played the Cowboys, didn't they?
No, last week they played South.
Was it South? Was it South? Right.
I know because I was there and we lost.
Yeah. Look, I don't know. The injuries. Now the Knights have 0 hooker and 0 backup hooker and 0 backup hooker.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do next week.
Yeah.
They lost young Brayley, now Maguire, and then Connor Watson. That's a lot of firepower out now.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly don't think they have the DNA, let's call it, of the Raiders. I think their injuries are going to hurt them, whereas the Raiders will still be able to fight on. So
what do we make of the Dogs? Like what a master coach Trent Barrett is.
Yeah, and he's not even there yet.
No, Steve Georgalis.
I was reading an article this week that was saying, the Trent Barrett influence, and I'm going, no, come on, gentlemen.
Yeah. I mean, look, it was a pretty poor game. It was very bad conditions. It was extremely wet. So, it certainly wasn't a game for the ages. But, yeah, good luck.
But the one thing you got to say is the Bulldogs were consistent.
Yeah.
The Bulldogs were consistent.
Mm.
They did what they always do, and they reaped the rewards this week.
Yep.
Yeah, most certainly. And you know what? Their completion rate was 86% on a day where it was pouring with rain. So they played almost the perfect game of wet weather football.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's go on to Seabus Super Stadium, where the Panthers beat the Titans 22-14.
This was an odd game, this one.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, if you were to just watch the game, you would say the Panthers won that by 40.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that it was that close.
Yeah, they kept hanging in, didn't they?
Yeah, it was. They had 3 opportunities and scored 3 tries. The Panthers had a dozen opportunities and scored 4. That's what it came down to. They just couldn't they couldn't deliver the knockout punch.
Yeah, but you know what? The Titans kept coming back at them. They were never going to win, but they kept coming back at them.
Perhaps, yeah.
I mean, the Panthers were notably missing Appy and Viliama Kikau, which are fairly big losses.
But Crichton had a very good game too.
Yeah, he hasn't had a bad game this year.
He's about to resign. No.
So interesting news that that Fafita's now going to join Titans next year. He's decided.
Yeah.
They're going to have a pretty impressive forward pack.
Sure.
Bring up Tino from Melbourne.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've got some pace in there. And they've got some pace in their outside backs too. It'll be very interesting to see if Ash Taylor and the young Jamal Fogarty can live up to a bit of hype.
Yeah.
Because if you have a look at their backs with Anthony Don, Dale Copley's not so fast anymore. Anthony Don, Philip Sammy, Corey Thompson, Brian Kelly. That's a bit of speed.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, if those forwards start going and the halves can actually, have a good platform to build on, that Titans team could be interesting next year.
Yeah.
Are the Panthers the real deal, Steve?
Look, I'm actually going to have to say yes. I've said no all the way along, but I tell you what, the way they're playing at the moment, you can't deny them.
No, they're looking the good.
Well, I said a few weeks ago I would be surprised to see a Parramatta Penrith grand final.
Oh, that'd leave a bad taste in my mouth, Janelle.
Oh dear. All right, who wants to do the ladder?
All right, I'll do it.
Okay.
Up in first place on their lonely lonesome, the Panthers, as we've just decided, are premiership threats. In second place, equal second place, we have the Storm, and the Parramatta Eels on 18. Lagging somewhat behind, we have the Roosters and the Raiders on 14, the Knights on 13, and rounding out the 8 on 12 points, the Sharkies and the Mighty Seagulls. Slipping out of the 8 this week, we have... Sorry? You've got the lag now, mate.
They're lagging even further behind. Yeah, I'm lagging too.
Oh, don't worry, we're in the 8. That's a good thing considering where we were. Tigers have slipped out of the 8 and with the Bunnies on 10 points. The Dragons on the rise with 8. Cowboys, Warriors, Titans and Broncos all on 6 points. The race for the spoon with the poor old Bulldogs lonely last 4 points.
All right.
And let me just tell you, if the Bulldogs manage to jag another win while the others continue to lose, we will see 3 out of the 4 bottom positions belonging to the Queensland team, and that will be great.
That makes you happy, does it?
I want the Broncos to earn their spoon. I really do. I am death riding them big time. Sorry, Captain Bronco, who is a regular listener of the show.
Sorry about that. All right, let's move on to round 12, starting on Thursday night at Netstrata Jubilee Stadium, where the Dragons are hosting the Bunnies. Come on, gentlemen. You've got to give me some confidence that the Bunnies are going to win this one convincingly.
Well, the odds are in your favour at the moment, Steve, but I can't see on paper Latrell coming back making that much of a difference. I'm on the Dragons.
Really? So you've let me down, Tom?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going the Dragons too.
Steve, are you going the Dragons?
No, I shall not be. I will be putting my tip in for the Rabbitohs, and I suggest everybody else does as well. We'll win this by 10. Sorry, Barry. We win this by 10.
All the way around, Steve.
Okay, let's go on to Friday night's game where the Tigers are playing the Warriors at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Why are they playing at the Sydney Cricket Ground? Anyway, doesn't matter.
Maybe Bankwest needs a rest.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm on the Tigers to win that one.
Yeah, I can't see. I mean, 4 Warriors have gone home.
Tigers for me.
Yeah. 4 Warriors have gone home this week, so they're going to be even more depleted. I know they picked up a couple from
Parramatta.
Parramatta.
Yeah. And let me just tell you, Parramatta have done well because George Jennings and Alvaro are not that far off first grade. Like no, They are first graders / fringe first graders, and I think that's great.
And I think Parramatta are being smart too, because coming into the semis, you're going to want players who have played this year.
Yep,
you know,
absolutely.
You get some injuries into leading into a semi. I mean, great to have someone who's played a few games. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Tigers all round. All right. Let's go on to Suncorp Stadium where the Broncos are hosting the Sharks.
Sharks.
Yeah, I suppose I have to go to the Sharks. I keep thinking the Broncos are going to put in a decent performance, but it'll be Sharks, I think.
I think they will. I'm going Broncos in this one. I can't say I'm overly impressed with the Sharks at the moment.
But you've got to be more impressed with the Sharks than the Broncos, surely.
Oh, I am, but this is also at Broncos' home.
There's no crowd to speak of.
I know. I'm desperate. I need some tips. I'm so far behind everybody else. I need some tips. I need to pull a few dodgy ones. So Saturday afternoon we have the Roosters playing the Titans. Brian, what do you think the Titans' chances are?
Neil, the Titans will not win this game.
You said that too quickly.
Because I believe it.
Well, last week, the Warriors were about the same odds as the Titans are this week, and we only managed to just win. So I'm going to this game, and I think we'll win, but it might be another gritty win. I think because I think the Titans are showing a little bit of backbone.
Yeah.
Oh, please. You think the Titans are showing backbone? You think they're going to beat your Roosters?
No, they're not going to beat us, but it could be close like it was against the Warriors.
So just on that Warriors game, are the Roosters slipping out of form?
I'm not sure they even found this year, to be honest with you.
Oh no, they were in a rich vein of form when Radley was there, but when Radley left, that middle just became very loose. And Daniel Tupou too. You can't discount his value to the team.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, let's go on and look at the Cowboys-Raiders game. This should be a good game. I actually think this will be an interesting game at Queensland Country Bank Stadium.
I'm going Cows in an upset.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going Raiders, but it's going to be close.
Yeah,
this won't be my joker round. I think I'll try the Cows too.
Yeah, I do think it'll be tight. I think the Cowboys have shown enough against Penrith and Manly that they're going to stay in the match. And I'm not quite sure how the Raiders are going to go with their injuries and travelling to North Queensland.
Yep.
Will Harawira Nair, do you think?
Oh, I don't know. Will Chance Nickel-Klogstad play? Or is he definitely out? That's a big loss.
Okay, the next game. Sea Eagles against the Panthers. And before we get started, here is the code word. And the code word is Eagle Baby.
Eagle Baby.
Okay, two code words. Eagle Baby.
So Bunny Boy, no, Rooster Boy, Eagle Baby.
Rooster Boy.
Eagle Baby. Eagle Baby is the code word. So go onto our Facebook page, please, and post Eagle Baby, and you will go into the draw for one of our exclusive, very valuable NRL from the Sidelines caps. And let me tell you, these are a collector's item. There are not many of these around. And if you're nice, we might even sign it for you.
Oh, might we?
Sorry?
Wait.
Hang on. No, get that ugly thing off. Oh, actually, that's probably a better look. All right, let's. Okay, Eagles and Panthers.
It's got to be the Eagles.
Tom?
Against the form competition leaders. Go the Eagles.
I'm actually going to go Panthers. So, Tom, you have to make the deciding vote.
Ooh.
Brookie's the only thing that actually makes me think the Eagles have got a chance.
No, it's not Brooklyn. It's Lotto Land.
It's Brookie.
It's Lotto Land.
Yeah. I'm gonna splinter on this for the moment. Do some research.
What's going to change your mind?
Yeah, what would change your mind?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Okay. So go on to Facebook page, put Eagle Baby. Okay. Let's go on to the Bulldogs against Parramatta Eels.
Oh, I'd love to see an upset.
That's not going to happen.
No.
No, Eels.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Eels. Janelle, it's all yours.
And it's not, you know what? And this isn't even about me disliking the Eels picking them. I want the Dogs to win. I really want them to win. At least last.
So it's less about hating the Eels, more about hating the Broncos.
At this moment in time, yes.
Exactly. All right. Good, so long as we get that out. And the last game of the round is Storm against the Knights at Sunshine Coast Stadium.
I think the Storm will put on a masterclass.
Yes, I think you may be right. I'm a bit worried about the Knights at the moment.
Yep, Storm.
Okay. And yeah, I mean the Storm have hit a little bit of form at the moment, you know, and it's going to be it could be bad.
Could be.
It could be bad.
All right. Gentlemen, that brings our show to a close. You two have anything intelligent you want to say before we go?
I'm going to the Manly Panthers game.
All right, he did say something intelligent, but okay, I accept that.
Finally,
and I'm going to the Roosters Titans game.
Oh, really?
And that's probably he said that before
with Brennan. With Brennan.
Yeah, because both members.
Yes.
So you're both going to come home very disappointed.
Well, I've got a long trip home, so I better not come home. He's frozen.
He's such a cruel man, Brian, isn't he?
I think he is. He's very mean.
What do you expect?
Sitting there all smug.
Yeah,
while Peter V'landys lets him play underage players in his club and team.
Please, you were the one who said you think it should happen. I'm the one saying it shouldn't happen.
Yeah, but, you know, now I can use it against you. I will. Leverage.
Dear, quick. Anyway. All right. We're done. Thank you all for watching. Sorry about the way we had to do it quick on this format. But thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoy the show, and we'll do it all again next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. See ya.
See ya.